With Russian President Vladimir Putin staking his reign on Moscow's annihilation of Ukraine, America must prepare for election interference like never before. All that and more now on Graf's Grievances. Since Russia launched its premeditated, unprovoked war against Ukraine in February of 2022, the United States has spent more than $41 billion helping Ukraine defend itself. This vital security assistance for training and equipment allowing Ukraine to keep up their fight against Russia and maintain control of much of their homeland. If not for the support of President Joe Biden and the United States Congress, experts say Russia would have easily conquered Ukraine, as they did with Crimea back in 2014. And now, with Russia's war close to passing the year-and-a-half mark, America's continued support for the former Soviet republic remains crucial. Putin has staked his entire reign on defeating Ukraine. Russia suffering around 200,000 deaths and casualties as a result of the war, this according to Reuters. In addition, Russia's military spending and debt soaring as Putin's unprovoked invasion carries on far longer than he ever imagined. All of this coming as Russia's economic woes have only gone from bad to worse, with the West imposing massive and unprecedented sanctions on Russia as a result of the war. Putin cannibalizing the Russian economy and jeopardizing his presidency. Just last month, Putin facing an armed insurrection from the Wagner mercenary group and its leader, Yevgeny Prigozhin. After capturing a critical Russian military outpost, the paramilitary group marching towards Russia's capital, coming within 120 miles of Moscow, before abruptly agreeing to stand down. With Putin facing the most dramatic challenge to his authority in his 23-year reign, he appears to have only doubled down on his war, seeing victory there as the only way to stay in power. Strengthening Putin's resolve, Republicans back in the United States. According to Pew Research, 44% of Republicans and Republican-leaning independents say the U.S. is giving too much aid to Ukraine, the highest level since the war began. And the leading contenders for the Republican presidential nomination signaling they want to end all U.S. military support for Ukraine. Former President Donald Trump saying, without providing coherent detail, he would end the war in 24 hours, and accusing President Biden of fomenting World War III by giving Ukraine cluster munitions. Also arguing against continued U.S. support for Ukraine, Florida Governor and 2024 Republican presidential nominee Ron DeSantis. DeSantis calling Russia's war on Ukraine a, quote, territorial dispute, criticizing Biden for giving Ukraine a, quote, blank check, and saying the U.S. should refocus its attention on America's southern border. This isolationist bullhorn from Trump and DeSantis, music to Putin's ears. If only America would elect one of these two men to the presidency, funding for Ukraine's military might be cut off, and Russia could finally seize the country. What could Russia do to improve the prospects of a Trump or DeSantis presidency? Sadly, we already know. The U.S. intelligence community concluding that Putin ordered an influence operation to swing the 2016 presidential election in Trump's favor, and that the Trump campaign welcomed this support. This shocking interference by Russia reaffirmed by the Republican-controlled Senate Intelligence Committee that suggested Trump's campaign manager, Paul Manafort, was compromised by his financial ties with Russia. So with more now at stake than ever for Putin, we should expect and prepare for Russia doing everything in its power to influence the 2024 presidential election, with the goal of electing a candidate, such as Trump or DeSantis, committed to ending U.S. military funding for Ukraine. Putin's future hinges on it. Thanks for watching Graf's Grievances. Let me know what you think and please subscribe.